Good day. Let us discuss the human person in their environment, no? So sa timeline ng philosophers, gagamitin natin ngayon dito or integrate natin ang pre-Socratic philosophers. By the end of this discussion, we will realize and notice disorder in an environment. Let us identify, no? Notice things that are not in their proper place and organize them in an aesthetic way. Show that care for the environment contributes to health, well-being, and sustainable development. And lastly, demonstrate the virtues of prudence and frugality towards environment. No? So when it comes to uh, objective, the learner understand the interplay between humans and their environments. Of course, using yung pre-Socratic philosophers, they really tried to identify saan kaya nagmula yung environment natin na ito, no? And why identifying these elements, minaximize ng humanity yung elements na to, no? To the extent na mapansin natin yung pros and cons nito, no? Of course, the learner is able to demonstrate the virtues, no? Na sana we are concerned of this environment na ginagalawan natin, no? So, yung pre-Socratic philosophy ay started sa Miletus, no? So, it is a modern day Turkey, no? Dito sa Asia Minor, no? So, technically speaking, ang philosophy ay nagsimula hindi actually sa Europe or sa Greece, no? Kung titingnan natin sa modern day, nagsimula siya ay sa Asia Minor or sa modern day Turkey. It so happened at that time, sakop siya ng Greek Empire, no? Yung Miletus, no? So when we say Milesian philosophers, there are three well-known philosophers, si Thales, Anaximander, and Anaximenes, no? And if you notice, yung position ng Miletus City, state, no? Ay malapit sa tabing dagat. So may kinalalaman siya even sa development, discoveries, ideas or theories ng mga philosophers kung saan nagmula ang environment natin, no? So when we say Milesian philosophers, these are Thales, Anaximander, and Anaximenes. They tried to search for the causes and principles of the natural world and natural phenomena. Ito environment natin, tinanong nila, sa kaya nagmula ito environment na to, no? So makikita natin dito na they believe that our environment is made of water, air, fire, earth, no? And then later on naging atom, no? So they even measure and explain celestial and terrestrial phenomena. In the philosophy, mahalaga na may nagtanong, nag-usisa. Tama man siya o mali in the eyes of science, ang mahalaga may nag-umpisang magtanong. At sinubukang sagutin, yung sagot na yun, tinanong, no? Binerify, no? Pinurify, no? Hanggang sa nakita natin yung mas acceptable in the eyes of the science, no? So let's proceed with Thales. Thales is considered to be the father of philosophy kasi do sa timeline ng philosopher, siya yung unang nag-involve or nag-employ na inquiry, no, sa primary causes ng paligid natin, no? At nalaman natin itong mga timeline na to or mga philosophers na to through the works of Aristotle, no? So he created the word cosmos, the first word to describe the universe. Kaya may cosmology, no? So literal may mga philosophers na hindi siya cosmos, aperion, logos, no? Kay Thales, tinawag niya ang universe na cosmos, no? Thales declared that water to be the first cause of everything in the world. Lahat ng paligid natin, lahat ng nakita natin sa paligid, environment natin, ay nagmumula sa water, no? We can agree, no? Kasi ang katawan natin, majority composed siya ng water, no? Lahat ng living things or biotic ay composed majority ng water. He also predicted the solar eclipse in 585 BC, no? At the time, walang masyadong instruments sila, no? Pero he was able to predict by just observing the heavenly bodies, no? Kung kailan mag-appear ang solar eclipse and then calculation, no? And he also introduced geometry into Greece from Egypt. no? Nakita niya yung shadow, no? It forms triangle, no? And then dinala niya tong mathematics na to sa Greece, inintroduce niya, no? So to sum up, si Thales, he believed that the first cause of environment is water. So the second philosopher is Anaximander, no? He believed that air instead of water, no, is the first cause of the environment, no? So he assumed that hot air and cold air, there will be an outcome, no? Mapapansin natin yun if we parang purse our lips, no? We will produce cold air. But if we will open wide our mouth uh, and release air, mainit, no? So sabi ni Anaximander, with this air, no, it can apparently take into various forms or properties, no? With temperature, yun nabanggit ko, humidity, motion, taste, smell, color, and doon na nag-uumpisa yung pagbubuo ng iba't iba pang ah, part ng environment, no? So Anaximander is reported to have invented the gnomon, no? Ito yung piece ng sundial whose shadows marks time, no? So may triangular shape na nakapatong sa sundial. And then habang natatapatan ng araw, nagmo-move yung shadow, no? So nalalaman nila yung season, yung oras, no? So si Anaximander yung nag-invent noon. He created the sphere of the heavens serving as astronomical and cosmological model. As early as Anaximander, nakikita niya na indirectly, no, na merong entity ng sphere sa universe, no? Hindi siya flat. It so happened at that time, ang widely accepted sa kanilang pananaw ay flat ang earth, no? Pero siya yung nag-attempt na ang heavenly bodies, ang astronomical at cosmological ay spherical, no? So he first to draw the map of the inhabited world. Flat pa yung earth noon, no? So followed by Anaximenes, it is recognized as friend or student of Anaximander, yung second philosopher, no? Anaximenes subscribed to air, no? Doon sa kanyang professor or friend. However, he tried to unify or reconcile the two beliefs of these philosophers, Thales and Anaximander, air and water, no? Para kay Anaximenes, ayun doon yung air, no? Air as a substance is most capable of change and always being in motion. At kapag yung air na to nag-meet with water, it creates something, no? As air conceiving as modified, no, nagiging thick siya, nagiging thin, and then it introduces another elements. Ato na yung fire, wind, clouds, water, and earth, no? So I observe dito sa pag-unify ng earth and ng air and water, it creates a water cycle, no? And here it comes, ito yung processes ng rarefaction and condensation, no? At dito mo makikita yung merong nagiging outcome, no? Pagka pinagsama yung air and water, no? Anaximenes thought that the world stayed still by floating like a lid covering the air beneath it, no? So as early as those times, no, naisip ni Anaximenes na ang mundong ginagalawan natin ay nakalutang sa air, no? With limited astronomical instruments, na isip niya na ito yung katatayuan ng mundo na ginagalawan natin, no? So happen na ang pananaw nga nila noon ay flat yung air, no? Pero he believed that it is floating in the air, no? In the beginning of the world, air condensed to create the flat surface of the world, which he said like a shape of a table or trapezoid and was tilted, no? He even explained causes of earths, lightning, and rainbows, no? For him, yung earthquakes daw ay merong lack of moisture yung lupa causing the earth to break apart, no? And kapag super abundance naman ng water, nagka-crack yung earth, no? Sa lighting naman, he believed that it is caused by violent separation of clouds by the wind, air pa rin, no? Creating a bright fire-like flash, no? On the other hand, sa rainbow naman, Ito ay nagpo-form by compressed air and it is touched by the rays of the sun, no? At nagpapakita siya ng colors, no? So may mga ganun na sila na direct na presumptions, no? Let's proceed with Xenophanes, no? Tapos na tayo sa three Milesian philosophers, si Thales, Anaximenes, and Anaximander, no? Si Xenophanes naman, he believed that there is anthropomorphical tendencies in conception of gods. Medyo malayo, no? Dun sa kanila. Air, water, no? Si Xenophanes, parang ini-introduce na niya na mayroong creator or creators ng environment na ginagalawan natin. However, he argued na yung form ng God or gods na yon ay something subjective. No? Kumbaga sa atin, tayo bilang tao, we picture na ang God natin ay may katawan, may kamay, may paa, may mata, may ulo, no? Kasi ang nag-concept sa Diyos na yon ay tayo bilang tao. However, kung ang oxen daw, horses and lions ay makakapag-draw, they would also draw gods like oxen, horses, and lions. No? So hindi gaya ng ibang mga picture out ng god na mata lang or parang sun o kaya ay ibang entity, no? Si Xenophanes, kinwestiyon niya yon, no? Yung kakayahan natin na mag-project ng image ng God, no? At very subjective daw yon kasi tayo bilang tao, ipo-project natin God likeness natin, no? However, kung mayroong ibang creature na magpo-project din ng God, kawangis din nila, no? So the motion of earth and water, hence of clouds, account for all things we find around us, no? Explain itong meteorological and heavenly phenomena leading to a naturalistic science. Meaning, hindi siya nag-subscribe sa mythology, no? Na bigla na lang lumabas. Sinabi niya na dumating ang environment na to, ang mundo na to, sa law ng naturalistic science, no? Nag-evolve, no? Nag-evolve. And with this, no, we try to explain the image of God in anthropomorphic tendencies, atong pag-separate ng mythology sa creation ng mundo, no? He questions the validity of human knowledge. For him, it is limited to assert yung real and represent truth, no? Yung human mind natin, no? We can have the capability to reach the knowledge pero and yet limited pa rin, no? Sabi ni Xenophanes. So may mga philosophers na sumunod or nag-subscribe dito, no? Na we can question everything under the sun and yet limited pa rin yung kakayahan ng human knowledge natin, no? Let's proceed with Heraclitus, no? Kung si Thales, Anaximander, Anaximenes ay water and air yung pinaniniwala ng pinagmulan ng mundo or environment, Heraclitus believed that fire is the origin of all things, no? From fire, all things originate and all things return to it again in the process of eternal cycle, sabi ni Heraclitus, no? Fire becomes water and earth and vice versa, no? So Heraclitus posited that all things in nature are in the state of perpetual flux. Parang fire, no? Pag umaapoy, no? Nagche-change yung position, nagche-change yung image niya, yung color, no? And they believe that change is the only thing that doesn't change. Everything is a flux. Lahat ay nagbabago, walang permanente sa mundo. Once na nag-occupy siya time and space, lahat ay nababago. No? Ako, nag-occupy ako time and space, nabuhay ako, tumatanda ako, mamamatay ako. No? Lahat ng bagay sa mundo na nag-appear, mawawala. No? Even buildings, no? I-build siya, after 100 years, 50 years, sisirain. No? So lahat ay nagbabago. Heraclitus claims we cannot step into the same river twice, a position summarized with the slogan, everything flows. Pag tumungtong ka sa river, tuntong ka ulit second time around, iba na yung realidad ng pagtungtong mo sa pangalawang beses. Hindi na siya kagaya dati. Bakit? Tumatakbong oras, no? Nagbabago, no? Umiikot ang mundo, no? Yung river, hindi yun na tinapakan mo sa una, umagot na, no? So lahat ay nagbabago. He also argued that unity of the world and its various parts is kept through the tension produced by the opposites. Nag-change, no? So pagka nag-unify daw yung opposite idea or opposite charge or opposite entity or element, nagpo-produce siya ng something, no? Pag unite natin yung dalawang magkaibang bagay, nagkakaroon ng outcome, no? So he described everything as logos. Kung kay Thales ay cosmos, no? Sa iba ay infinite boundless or aperion. Kay Heraclitus, lahat ng bagay sa mundo, environment, ang world ay logos. Logos from the word, no? Word. Earth, that is a word, no? Cosmos, that is a word, no? Environment, that is a word, no? Let's proceed with Parmenides. Kung kay Heraclitus, lahat ay nagbabago, nag-oppose ang successor niya, si Parmenides. My forever, no? Parmenides is considered as the founder of the school, Eleatic school, no? Other eminent Eleatics included Zeno of Elea and Milesos of Samos, no? So, meron silang Eleatic philosophy, no? Iba yung kanilang pananaw about meaning of life, the search of real meaning of life, no? Knowledge, there's of knowledge, no? So, he believed na there's permanence, there's forever, no? What is, what is not. There's certitude, certainty, no? May true, may false. Hindi pwede siya magbabago. Ang true, forever na true. Ang false ay forever na false, no? He was also the first to deduce that the earth is spherical. As early as Parmenides, nakikita niya na, though may limited silang mga means or instruments, nakikita niya na maaaring ang earth ay hindi flat, kundi spherical. It so happen na limited ang instruments, and later on, si Galileo Galilei na at yung iba pang mga scientists ang nagpatuloy nung pananaw na to, no? So imagine, limited yung kanilang instruments by just observing the cosmological entities, no? Heavenly bodies. They introduced this thought na i-question yung nakasanayan natin na flat ang earth, no? Inintroduce nila maaaring spherical, no? Let's proceed with this philosopher, si Pythagoras. Of course, kilala natin siya. Kung water, air, and fire sa mga naunang philosophers, para kay Pythagoras, numbers as the first cause ng environment or mundo, no? We can maybe revisit, no? Dahil nga ang Mercury ay number 1, no? So makikita natin even yung ating pagpapanganak sa atin, no? 1-year-old, no? So may number, may order, no? So the universe is made by numbers, which is true, no? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, binibilang natin Sunday is 1, no? And even calendar 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang 30, 31, no? So the universe is made by numbers and everything is a reflection of analogies and geometrical relation. Lahat ng bagay sa mundo ay guided by numbers. Numbers, music, and philosophy, they all interlink could comfort the beauty-seeking human soul, and hence, Pythagoreans espoused to the study of mathematics. Kasi para sa kanila, lahat ng bagay sa mundo may numbers, no? Pythagoras founded the Pythagorean school, no? The way of life was aesthetic, restraining from pleasures and food, no? They were even considered as vegetarians and placed enormous values of friendship, no? They love mathematics, no? And then may discipleship din sila, tinuturuan nila yung mga younger generations, no? Pythagoras believed in reincarnation, no? From dust to plant, animal, person, pag nagpakabuti ka pataas, succession, no? Pag hindi ka naging mabuting creature or thing, pababa, no? They do not even eat peas as they believe their relatives are there, no? The idea that Pythagoras and his followers avoided certain foods, including peas, due to their spiritual beliefs, is one of the elements that has been passed down through history, no? Yung peace, maaari daw nandun yung mga yung kaluluwa ng relatives nila, no? So he was the one who introduced Pythagorean theorem, no? Yung kilala natin na triangle, no? Yung SOHCAHTOA, no? He also introduced that our thought process, behavior, emotion ay nag-originate or nagpa-process sa brain function sa head, no? Alam natin na that time limited pa ang pag-dissect ng katawan, paggamit ng mga devices or equipment para makita na naka-center ang thoughts, behavior, emotion natin ay sa brain. Si Pythagoras ang una nag-pose ng inquiry na yon or premise na yon na ang brain ang nagpa-function sa behavior, thoughts, and emotion, no? Let's proceed with Empedocles, no? So yung mga nauna, mga monoist yan, no? Water, air, fire, no? Si Empedocles, pluralist, no? He believes that hindi ilang isa ang pinagmulan ng environment, kundi apat, no? He also continues Anaxagoras thought of four roots. By intermixing, they create all things or environment around us. These roots are fire, air, earth, and water, no? So, he adds more component dito sa four elements na to. Kailangan doon na immaterial forces ng love and strife para mag-unite yung apat na elements, no? And pag nag-unite yan, nag-create ng harmony or tear apart, no? Dahil strife, and it will result various elements, no? Or compounds, no? At ito na yung nag-exist sa paligid natin. Yun yung kay Empedocles, no? So dito naman kay Democritus, hindi siya na-satisfy sa four elements, sa monoist na air, fire, water, and earth, no? Sinabi niya na ang mga element na yan, na-dissect pa yan into smallest scale, no? Kapag hindi mo na-dissect, nakakat, or nasa-separate yung entity na yon or yung unit na yon, yun na yung pinagmulan ng lahat ng bagay. At tinawag niya yung atom from the word atomos, indivisible or uncuttable. So sabi ni Democritus, atom is the main source or originate ng lahat ng bagay sa mundo, no? So Democritus is skeptic regarding the reliability of our senses kasi senses can deceive us, no? Even color, may mga color blindness, no? Yung cold and then hot, no? Pag humawak tayo ng yellow, then subukan nating i-touch yung apoy sa kandila, hindi natin mararamdaman agad yon kasi we're exposed with the coldness, no? So Democritus sees color and taste are sensible, are not real, but are perceived as such as by our senses through sensory interaction, no? So maaring iba titingnan natin na color orange, sabihin naman iba yellow. Sabihin ng mga Filipino, they love to eat sweet foods. Ang mga Arabs naman, salty or tasty food, no? So mayroong subjectivity pagdating sa senses, no? So with these elements, atoms, monoist and pluralist na inintroduce ng mga philosophers, ato na yung minaximize ng ating lipunan or ng humanity in the modern day. So they produce developments, no, to meet the scarcity of our resources sa environment, and ito na yung mundo kinakaharap natin, no? After discovering or naming, dito tayo nagmula, no? Minaximize natin yon, no? However, we can revisit kumusta na kaya yung environment natin after nila itong siya sa atin, no? Tingnan natin kung gaano nakalayo ang narating ng pag-aaral na to, no? So nung 1900s, mapapansin natin na napakaraming forest sa bansa natin, no? Kaya lang tayo ay naging bahagi rin ng industrial revolution, developments, no? Pumunti na yung forest natin. Hanggang sa ramdam na natin yung climate change, no? And even dito sa Manila, no? Mapapansin natin yung greenery areas. Ngayon ay marami ng skyscrapers, no? Itong Sierra Madre na nagiging nating panangga sa mga bagyo, no? Pag nagmumula sa Pacific Ocean, dadaan sa Sierra Madre, nababawasan yung lakas ng bagyo. Kaya lang tayo bilang tao, kailangan natin ng resources, no? Kinukuha natin yung mga likas na yaman, no? At ito yung nangyayari ngayon sa Sierra Madre na ngayon ay nagiging tayo rin yung nagiging biktima. Tayo rin nagsasuffer, no? Nagiging cause ng baha, no? Ito rin yung isa sa malaking hamon sa mga paaralan, no? Na meron ng non-bio, recyclable, biodegradable, and yet sa paaralan pa natin din makikita na hindi nasusunod ang segregation, no? Ano pa yung ating i-expect sa lipunan, no? Kung sa school pa lamang na kung saan dapat tinuturo yung wastong pagtapon, no, ay hindi nasusunod, no? Tayo din bilang mga Filipino at members member ng ASEAN, no? Hindi naiwasan na bumili tayo ng mga Tetra Paks na actually kung i-analyze natin, mas pricey at mas lugi tayo sa Tetra Paks kaysa sa bibili tayo ng mas bulk or mas malaking size. Kasi binabayaran din natin yung mga sachet na yan, no? Na nag-end up na natatapon sa mga sa dagat, no? Sa mga bundok ng basura, no? At hindi lang tayo yung nagiging biktima, even ng other occupants na environment natin, no? Na nakakalungkot. Kaya naman, we need to learn how to express ourselves, no, as bilang kabataan, to show our prudence, frugalities, love towards environment, no? Show our care for the environment na talaga namang malaki ang bagay na piniperform or kahalagahan nito sa ating kalusugan, well-being, and para sa sustainable development, para sa mga susunod na salinlahi, no? So maraming kumikilos, no, na nagpapaalala na mahalin natin yung environment natin kasi ito yung iisa lang, no, na meron tayo, no? Nariyan yung paggamit ng non-renewable ng renewable energy rather, pag-recycle ng mga basura, no, gawing hollow blocks, no, or dingding. Iba naman ay ginagamit nila na pantanim, no? So, let us revisit, no, gano'n na kalayo yung inabot ng philosophy sa pag-speculate sa nagmula ang mundo natin, anong elements, and minaximize natin yung element na yun to the extent na nag-benefit ang lahat. Kaya lamang sa benefits na yun, may kapalit, no? May limitations and sumobra, no? Na nakararanasan din natin ngayon yung balik noon sa atin, no?